Tonight on News 22.
Las Cruces police are investigating a shooting on Loman Avenue.
The BLM has an update on the Baylor Canyon fire.
And Alyssa Tejas gives us a look at the NMSU spin scooters.
All that and more on News 22 Tuesday.
Serving southern New Mexico, this is the award-winning KRWG-TV News 22, where news matters.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Madan Contreras.
And I'm Alyssa Tejas.
We have news developing tonight in Las Cruces. A body of a male was found in an arroyo near Loman and Del Monte earlier this morning.
Authorities say the body has signs of trauma and the victim did not die of natural causes. Traffic along Loman will not be affected, but Del Monte Street is expected to be closed Tuesday afternoon while investigation continues. Stay with News 22 for updates on this story.
A shooting in a barbershop has left one man critically injured. It happened on the 1200 block of Foster Road Monday evening. Las Cruces police said the man and the suspect were in an argument before the suspect pulled out a gun and shot the man in the chest. The suspect then left the scene. Anyone with information about the suspect should call Las Cruces police.
A man was arrested this weekend after a SWAT incident near Idaho Avenue and Walnut Street. Jesus Entriaga Garcia was taken into custody late Sunday evening after police were called about a domestic incident the previous day. He is suspected of attacking his wife and father Saturday morning at around 4 a.m. Garcia is located on Sunday where a 2-hour-long SWAT incident took place before he was detained. He is charged with third-degree felony, count of aggravated battery against a household member, and a misdemeanor count of battery.
Well, the weather seems to be warming up here in Las Cruces.
It's finally starting to feel like spring.
I agree, and Christian is next with your first look at weather.
Thanks, Alan. Taking a look outside, we are experiencing sunny skies with the current temperature at 61 degrees, winds coming in at 8 miles per hour from the south-southeast, humidity at 18% with a dew point at 23 degrees. Finally, our barometer reads at 30.10 inches. Taking a look at today's temperatures, we did have a high of 68 degrees with an average this time of year at a current 68 degrees, and we did wake up to an overnight low of 39 degrees as well. Throwing it back to record temps, back in 1972, we did experience a record high of 80 degrees, and back in 1965, we did have a record low of 39 degrees as well. Now, we didn't experience any rainfall today, leaving our yearly precipitation at 0.11 inches. Now, that's all I have for now. I'll be back later with your national forecast. For now, back to the desk.
Alabama state officials are still searching for people lost in a tornado. So far, 23 people have died from the tornado that touched down.
Rescue crews are still searching through mounds of debris and rubble. Camilla Bernal shows us what is developing in Far East Alabama.
Another day of desperate searching after the deadliest tornado outbreak in nearly 6 years leveled parts of Lee County, Alabama.
Words cannot explain how bad it is.
Officials say one of the tornadoes, an EF4, packed winds of up to 170 miles per hour.
When you see the devastation, it's just hard to fathom that something can be this powerful.
We're learning more about the victims.
Keep those families in your prayers. There's one family in there, it was by marriage, they're connected, and there are over 7 people this man lost in one family.
Among those killed, children. Friends and family described Taylor Thornton, a 4th grader, as a very happy child. The youngest victim, Armando Hernandez. The 6-year-old known as AJ was loved by everyone.
Growing up with these people and knowing that they're gone now, it's heartbreaking.
Officials warn the death toll could rise as they continue the painstaking task of combing through the rubble.
We do have firefighters on the ground. They're searching not mainly for somebody, but just searching areas that have large piles of debris, searching through that debris to make sure that we miss nobody.
There are also incredible stories of survival. The Tatum family watched as the tornado ripped past their farm.
The Lord protected us. That's all there is to it.
In Lee County, Alabama, I'm Camila Bernal.
An NMSU student came to the aid of 2 men after a fire destroyed their homes. NMSU student Maddie Franzoy was visiting her family in Massachusetts when she saw the blaze. The flames started at her cousin Johnny Franzoy's house, where she pulled her elderly cousin away from the danger. Unfortunately, high winds blew the fire onto a trailer behind the Franzoy's home, where Maddie rushed to save the neighbor from the blaze. The fire started around 2 p.m. Firefighters were not able to control the fire until late into the evening. The chief arson investigator says they have a suspect and are looking into the incident. The New Mexico Bureau of Land Management is working to fully contain the Baylor Canyon fire. Officials say the fire has been 75% contained after the fire started late Saturday afternoon. They believe the fire is man-made. The fire is located in a remote region of the Oregon, so no damage is reported. Investigators are still looking into how the fire started.
Public education in the state may have a change with a push from Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham. The bill would introduce a new department centralized on early childhood education. The bill would be in relation to the Public Education Department and Child, Youth, and Family Department. The proposal is looking to become effective by July 2020, with its original budget request of $2.5 million being cut in half to $1.25 million.
A former Roswell police officer was convicted on counts of armed robbery this past Friday. Former officer Valerie Palombi was convicted of conspiracy to commit armed robbery and 2 counts of resisting arrest. This follows an incident that took place back in June 2016, where she and another man had robbed the Subway restaurant north of Main Street in Roswell. She could be sentenced to a minimum of 1 year to a maximum of 15 years in prison. Her sentencing hearing is scheduled for May 14th. A 26-year-old Abigail Rubio from Las Cruces is in federal court today for charges on conspiracy and methamphetamine trafficking. A canine dog detected drugs in her car when she was driving through a Border Patrol checkpoint near Alamogordo. Police found 100 pounds worth of drugs under her back seat. She is now awaiting trial and could face up to 10 years in prison. Stay tuned. Christian will be back with your national forecast.
But first, a special week is kicking off at NMSU. How the university is celebrating Latino Week. More on that when News 22 continues.
This shaved ice is bigger than my head, I think. Say cheese! The double selfie.
The baby duckling would have literally hatched hours ago.
People like the gulping sound too. They like the sound a lot.
And then we can put this slide in.
Great to have you here. Cheers.
Yeah.
Saturday morning at 10:30 on KRWG-Public Media.
Del en iakttagelse i samband med de 4 morden.
Det är en varning. Om din dotter nu har sett honom så kan han naturligtvis ha sett henne.
Jag har en hemlighet.
Sunday at 5 p.m. on KRWG-Public Media.
Welcome back. You're watching News 22 Tuesday,
where news matters. The event you all have been waiting for.
It's NMSU's Latino Week. Latino Week has officially started today with a folklorico dance performance at the outdoor stage of Corbett Center. The event is open to the NMSU community.
What we try to do is both make sure that students who are under a Hispanic or Latin American background, to make sure that they're represented, and for students who are not from such a descent, to let them know what the culture is about.
Latino Week will continue until next week with a Salsa and Carne Asada event accompanied with mariachi music on the NMSU grounds. There will also be a Lat Game Night presented by the Hispanic Council with games such as FIFA 18 and Smash Bros on March 11th from 4:30 to 10 p.m.
You can now get around campus in a new way. Spin scooters have been at New Mexico State for almost a month.
But the company didn't get here without facing some issues. I went to find out why they were gone from campus for some time.
Whizzing and zooming around, you may have seen the new spin scooters on campus. They're a different way to get around.
I thought that it would be really great here at NMSU because we have such a spread out campus.
Emerson Morrow is the president of ASNMSU, student government at the university. On just the second day of classes, they were gone, stuck in a warehouse. While Morrow supported the scooters for a while, they were nowhere to be found.
Well, they were here for like a week, and then all of a sudden they weren't here anymore. And then so we thought they were just gone.
and then they were back.
I did notice that they were, especially not only gone, but whenever they did bring them back, they were a little scarce.
The Las Cruces Sun News reported the company faced disputes over contracts and payments. The local contractor says there were unforeseen costs for storage, maintenance, and logistics. I tried to reach out to the contractor, Derek Pacheco, but did not hear back. The article says he sought higher fees to compete with other cities, but claims he and his team were working for less than minimum wage.
Using the spin scooters is easy. All you have to do is open up your phone, get the app, scan the code, and you're good to go. What's not so easy is finding out where they went.
When asked about the scooters, the manager of public policy for campus and safety avoided my question.
So I think what I know about it is what we're doing here today, which is talking about the service, and we've got the helmet.